Hey, my YouTube clan. How are you guys doing today? Hope that you guys are doing well. Today, on this video, we're going to answer a question that was submitted to me from one of the YouTube clan members. And that question is about toxic masculinity. Coming up next. All right, so let's get into this, right? The question today that was posed to me was, what is my view on toxic masculinity? To put it briefly, I don't believe in it. I don't believe in toxic masculinity at all. I think it's some catchphrase that somebody made up to start just labeling people. I don't believe in it. I don't believe that a man being masculine is toxic. I just don't. I don't believe that. Not at all. Not for a second. But what's interesting about this is, right, is if you stop and you look at the media today, you look at society today, you look at our culture today, right, they want to label men as toxic. But if you're a man and you're labeled as having toxic masculinity, what's the other side? What are the rest of the men? Well, most, not all, but most of the rest of the men that are in society today are snowflakes. So now maybe you're asking yourself, you're like, what's the difference? So on the toxic masculinity side, you have men who are demonstrating male traits, normal, standard male traits. And on the other side, the snowflake side, you have the men who have changed or adapted to try to get the women that are out there today. The interesting point about this is that when a man acts today in his masculine, he's toxic. He's just toxic. But if a man today acts in his feminine, then that's okay. That's perfectly okay. Now, I'm not going to go down the path to start talking about feminism, this new wave feminism that we're going through right now. I'm not gonna go down that path yet. That's a whole nother video if we want to talk about that. Today I am just concentrating on toxic masculinity. I think it's BS. I don't believe it, not for 1 second. And I think that the people out there that are hyping up toxic masculinity, I think the people that are out there, getting on the bandwagon of toxic masculinity are just trying to get followers, are trying to be sensational, are trying to be, want to be with the in crowd right now. It's interesting also to me that because of the labeling of toxic masculinity, that there is a group of men today, I'll call it a group, that are like MGTOW, like men going their own way, or red pill, psychology, philosophy, things like that, because they're just sick and tired of being labeled, and they're sick and tired of the new wave feminism that's going on in the world today. Now, when I say the world today, please know that I cannot speak for the whole world because I am not in the whole world. I am in the United States of America. So I can only speak for the United States of America and its culture and society at this time. I cannot speak for the world as a whole. But the trend that you see happening now there are a lot of men who are joining the MGTOW movement, going their own way, red pill philosophy. There are plenty of men who are doing that because they're just fed up. They're sick and tired of it. And, rightfully, I can't really blame them. I can't really blame the men that want to go to MGTOW or the men that want to go red pill. I can't blame them at all. What I do know is this, and I want to leave you with a few last thoughts on toxic masculinity. 1, men should not be shamed or categorized or stereotyped for being a man. 2, in society today, we want men to be feminine. I want to leave you with this thought. When the enemy comes to the gate, and they will come, believe you and me. When the enemy comes to the gate, who is it that you're going to want to go outside the gate to protect you? Is it the women? Is it the children? Is it the snowflakes? No, my friends. It would be the people that you have labeled as toxic masculinity. Those are the people who are going to step outside the gate. Those are the people who are going to engage the enemy. And those are the people who are going to take care of the threat, the problem, whatever that may be. So, the next time that you go to label someone and you want to call them toxic because of the traits that they have within themselves, think about that. The other thing I want you to also think about too is, we very freely throw around the term toxic masculinity today. And there's a great number of people who do that. And when I say that, it's not just women in the feminist movement, the new wave feminist movement that are doing it. There's also guys. There are also guys who are labeling other guys as having toxic masculinity. To those guys, I say this. What the are you doing? I don't get it. I don't understand. It's sad enough to take heat from everybody else. But we as men should stand together. We as men should have a brotherhood. Just like men in the past had. Just like your grandfather had, and your grandfather's grandfather had. They had a brotherhood amongst men. They helped each other. They lifted each other up. They supported each other. They were there for each other in times of war, in times of strife, in times of family sorrow, death, all those things. Those brothers were there for you. Those brothers were there to help hold you up, to help pick you up. And then today, we have men attacking other men and labeling them as toxic. I don't get it. I don't understand. I know that this may not be a good video for everybody. I know that this video will probably take subscribers away from the YouTube clan. I understand that. And to that I say, it's okay. It's a free country. You're free to do as you wish. You're free to watch what you want to watch. But as far as I'm concerned, toxic masculinity doesn't exist. That's all I got for you guys today. I hope that answered your question, the viewer who requested that. And if you would like to see more of my thoughts on questions like this, please feel free to leave a comment below this video. Also too, please, if you like this content, if you like my channel as a whole, please feel free to subscribe and hit the bell button down there so that when I make videos in the future, you will automatically be notified.